Hi, okay, energy reading for February 1st to the 4th. Sorry I missed the last one. Was finishing up another round in the High Court. It was quite the few days, and that was for Pada 4 of Abhijit in Capricornus, of being innovators. And now we are in Pada 1 of Shravana. And we are now in the energy of where Aquarius's arm, it's crossing over Capricorn. So there's a mixed energy there. Padawan is about being ideas people. And that has everything to do with your concepts. And your concepts are attached to your Jupiter and your Juno. Juno pulls back the clouds on Jupiter. We're talking Zeus and Hera, right? But that's all metaphorical. Well, we have to go into the true history behind those stories then, yes. But, your concepts come inside you with your DNA, basically. Like, they're in your brain. And it's like Michelangelo said about his sculpture carving, where he would chip away. The shape was already... the statue's already in the stone, and he's just chipping away the excess stone, right? And so your concepts are already in you. Everything that you're here to, that's unique to you, your ideas, yes, they're in your mind. And it's a question of finding the shape of them and getting the right outside influences and the research to help them come into fruition, to help them to take shape, to get from inside you to outside you, yes? If you get what I'm saying. So that's what this energy is about. So you want to look at, but we need your accurate Jupiter and your accurate Juno, which the birth charts can't give you, because again, they're dividing all of the constellations equally into equal sizes, 30-degree sections of your birth chart, and that's not accurate at all, because they're not all the same sizes. So if you want help with that, leave me a comment, email me. Information's in my about section, and I will freely help you get started. Absolutely. Because what we're dealing with right now, so this is again for February 1st to 4th, and then the energies will shift again. Is this tied to being ideas people? It should be. It should be. Otherwise, that system doesn't really work, does it? There's no point in tracking things that way. I do have what I took time to understand. Now, I just had this card repeat for me a couple of weeks ago. It came out again and again in reverse, and there was a hospital situation. There was a medical emergency. So there could be health issues here, because we have a strong emphasis on Vesta of guided healing, and we do have strong Venus energy here. So there's potentially an added concern for well-being. But I do feel like the context is different than that, because we do have this Page of Swords in reverse in the center, which I'm taking to be our energy, like the central energy. So, if you're here watching this, it's you. And this means that something's not known. Obviously, the Page of Swords is an energy of information, getting information. And right here I have Page of Wands coming in with the Black Moon, which is your insider information position in your chart. So there's somebody coming in. I do believe that this also, when I get cards in reverse, I take them as spirit guides. So I should say that there's you, but there's also a spirit guide attached to this information, and this is also my card for Chiron. And we have a master teacher here, because it's the energy of the Hierophant is very much a master mason energy, rather than just a priest, like a high priestess energy. This is about systems. This is about apprenticeships and paying your dues and climbing the ladder, and possibly engaging in conflicts of interest, all that stuff. So I'm going to say in the best positive light of things, because it's in the reverse, I'm taking it as a spirit guide. There's a guru here, spirit guide, so a great teacher. And they are seemingly tied to specifically a religious practice. Now, math and drawing are my religions and science, so take that as you will in terms of what speaks to you as a religion. Yeah. But that they're coming in, it seems to be that is specifically their area of interest is, shall we say, spirituality. Okay. So they're sending this Page of Wands. Somebody's coming in, a fireballing energy. Somebody's with fast action, coming in with insider information that's going to affect your Mars, your mission. There's also a King of Cups coming in with this concept work, which makes sense because Jupiter co-rules Pisces, yes. So we have a mastermind energy, but these are both in the upright, so they're people on this side of the veil. They're not spirit guides. These spirit guides are sending these people to you in the Magician energy. So we've got a concept and your mind completely working. What's interesting is to have the Saturn in reverse, so publicity. It's going to be like on the quiet, the down low, I'm guessing. I mean, the portal's there. But then right next to that, we have the Five of Pentacles, the guided healing. This is my card for Vesta, which is where I get the guided healing from. But the emphasis on the pentagrams in there, the 5 and the 5. If we go into Ayurvedic medicine, right? Holistic, being holistic. So there's a progression here of information that's missing, coming in, being sent to you to hold steady. Your anti-vertex is in reverse. There's also the vertex in reverse underneath that. We have at the top of the split, we have this collaboration, okay, this working situation. So this seems very key, it's echoing second house. Yes, for me, this is second house. Others will put it as Capricorn 10th house, but for me, I take it as grounding in to reality. And therefore, and to have Venus right above it, yes, investments and return on investments. Perhaps a mother figure. But what's interesting is to have that with the Saturn in reverse. For me, Saturn are significant female relationships. So why that is opposite to each other, there could be a lot of female energy, spirit guide energy around this. That could be why that's in reverse. But there's something you already did, something you already committed to. So it's not about taking action per se. I think it's about, again, if this is ideas, people, energy, then it's about it's fine-tuning ideas. But there is a physical work situation here that's coming through. So there is action, but it's like, it's all the action is coming at you, I believe, rather than from you at this point. Because at the bottom we have this Ace of Wands, which would be the action. That's the ace it's all underlying. So this Page of Wands, obviously bringing in this Ace of Wands, and the page is on this half of the split, and the Wands is on this half of the split. So a coming together, yes? Because the shall we say, dot connecting, which is everything to do with ideas. So there's possibly dots that need to come together in your mind. Yeah, connections need to be made. There could be some dissociation. There always is. Attached to Jupiter. Juno can represent dissociation. From trauma, from too much information and needing time to, to let everything sift together or sift apart as it needs. Because down with this Ace of Wands, we have two spirit guides. We have a King of Swords and a Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles would be somebody, a spirit guide who's like a design mind, precision, a lot of graphic work there. Architecture, we're talking 10th house, Capricorn, there's story energy attached to that. What else is there? Fated winners. Am I right about that? Yes. I think that covers it enough for now. Again, an innovation, reverse engineering, so somebody like that, and an Aquarius, shall we say. Well, what I could say also is you have two spirit guides. One that's particularly good at manifesting, and well, they're both very good at manifesting, but it could be a Gemini energy. It could be, well, not the Queen of Pentacles, obviously, the King of Swords. Yes, we could be talking Libra. We could be talking Aquarius. I tend to see it as Aquarius, so my sense is that I do have over here behind these top cards, we do have strong Libra and Scorpio guides coming in. So I'm gonna perhaps stick to, because I've got a Knight of Swords and I've got the Knight of Cups right underneath over here, and I do associate those with two specific people. I associate those with my great-grandfather, who was I'm not sure he was actually a master mason, but he seemed to be the most powerful mason in his lodge. Not that I'm a lodge. I had to be trained up in it by him and by several rogue members, but I would not subscribe personally. But I do appreciate that there's a war there, absolutely, between opposing people in that whole situation. There's so many kinds of lodges. But also the Knight of Cups I associate with Keith Bella, son of Sloane Bella, whose murder is exactly why I was pulled into all of this. Well, it's not the why, but it's the how. It's the timing of things, is how I launched into all of this, by being the person who blew up the investigation, shall we say, online, into his death. So it could be specifically those people, but people like that to you, they are strongly here behind. What's interesting is to have the Seven of Cups in the upright and the Pluto card in the reverse, which to me is mirror energies, but in reverse to each other. So, because for me, Pluto is your placement. The Judgment card is your Pluto, and that is the placement for your career spirit guides, according to all of my work and research and observations and documentation. So, to have that in reverse with what is essentially like the Scorpio card, Seven of Cups, that's where I connect with murdered career spirit guides. Well, a lot of career spirit guides were done away with because they were doing such important things, right? And we help them carry on the work. But so the question is, why is one in reverse and why is one in the upright? And what I've done to count inwards to get clarity on all of this, how many cards from the top counting down and from the bottom counting up, right, to get a sense of what's central. I've counted down 8 again, so still persevering, proving yourself to yourself. So there's this information that's coming in is to help square up things in your own mind again with these concepts, or this huge concept, which is going to translate to your work. Yes. So we have the Fool in reverse, if I count down 8 from the top of this split of the deck. And so obviously a sense of self and a sense of like, don't go anywhere just yet, right? So there's the question of, with the Seven of Cups in the upright, making up your mind, as opposed to like there's this whole team coming in of career spirit guides, yes, and so if I take the reversal, as I usually do, is spirit guide energy, as opposed, so that side of the veil rather than this side of the veil. This also represents that side of the veil, but the emphasis is on your side of it. So it's so interesting that it repeats, right? So huge emphasis on that. Again, so there's networking help coming in. So launch, this looks like a launch to me. You've got your South Node card. We have a King of Pentacles that they're also going to be working through. So you're looking for a Page of Wands, you're looking for a King of Cups, and a King of Pentacles. So very masculine energies coming through. So this King of Pentacles on this side of the veil is going to help with this launch, this ace, which makes sense. That's what Kings of Pentacles do, and Queens of Pentacles. Interesting that we've got, I don't know if this Queen spirit guide is attached to this King, and that's probably a good chance, but not necessarily. But same kind of skill sets, design, Probably a lot of marketing attached to that. Again, marketing attached to this King of Swords as well. So your South Node here, your learning quest. Now we have Libra energy, empathy, compound energy here. So a lot of people involved. We have the Strength card reversed. That's very interesting. So all the creativity and the gameplay of Leo's house, performance-based, which is echoing the publicity in reverse around this Saturn. And then we have the emphasis then, if we count up 8, we have an emphasis on the give and take, the 6 of Pentacles. There's an unknown again for me in that 6 of Pentacles. And so the question is, what's the trade-off? What's coming in? What's got to go out? It's a 6 of a gift. So the gift coming through. What is the gift? Again, and then the Strength. Now I attach that to Pamela Coleman Smith as well, which would attach over to this insider information. So the unknown, but again, the unknown. So there's an unknown element, unknown with all of these people. So affecting, the success, so we say, of all the contracts. So I feel like it's extremely positive, probably high pressure energy. But again, being receptive. So I think pay really strong attention to your guides right now, and I'll be back in 3 days.